You're doing everything right, aren't you? Putting in the hours, the flashcards, the grammar drills, all those apps. And yet, when it's time to actually speak, you just freeze. It's like you've hit a wall, a learning plateau. And man, is it frustrating. But what if I told you the real problem, the biggest thing holding you back, has absolutely nothing to do with your vocabulary or your verb tenses? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that invisible barrier that's been keeping you from the fluency you deserve.
Yeah, that's what we call the learning plateau. You know that feeling? It's like you're on a treadmill. You're putting in all the work. You're sweating. You're exhausted. But you're not actually getting anywhere. It feels like this solid brick wall just popped up in front of you. But here's the thing. That wall? It's just an illusion. And in this explainer, we are going to walk right through it together.
I mean, think about it. You're doing everything you're supposed to do, right? You've got the grammar books stacked up, you're memorizing those vocabulary lists, you're on the apps every single day. You are so consistent. So why? Why does real confident fluency still feel so far away, like some distant dream? Okay, let's get to the very heart of that question right now.
And here's the big reveal. The problem isn't your effort, not at all. Your dedication, it's not in question. The real issue is, where are you putting all that incredible focus? It's like you're pouring all your energy into one tiny piece of a giant puzzle, but you're completely missing another piece, the most critical piece of them all.
And that brings us to this invisible barrier. See, the biggest thing standing in your way, it's not another grammar rule you have to memorize. It's not another long list of verbs. No, it's something much deeper. It's something inside your own mind. It's psychological.
Look, we spend so much time and energy on these things, right? The grammar rules, the vocab lists, all those apps. We think, this is it. This is the key to fluency. But the real game, the one that actually matters, it's being played over on the other side. The real barriers, and honestly, the real breakthroughs, they're all about your mindset, your habits, and your attitude. That is what separates the people who stay stuck from the people who become fluent speakers.
And that's why you have to see language learning for what it really is. It's not just some academic subject you study for a test. It's a mental game. It's really about finding the courage to speak up, even when you're terrified you're going to sound silly. It's about building that confidence to just be you in another language. And it's about having a mindset that says, hey, this challenge, this mistake, it's not a failure, it's just a stepping stone.
Okay, so this brings us to the big question, doesn't it? Mindset, habits, attitude. These are all huge, but really, they're just symptoms. They all come from one single fundamental root cause. So what is it? What's that one thing that's been secretly sabotaging your journey to fluency this whole time?
All right, it's time to unmask the real culprit. Let's finally put a name to the #1 obstacle standing between you and the fluent English you're working so hard to achieve.
There it is, the fear of making mistakes. It's not your vocabulary, it's not your grammar. It is that deep down fear of sounding stupid, of being judged, of not being perfect. This one thing, this single emotion, has the power to completely paralyze your progress. It's huge.
And you know, this fear, it's like a poison. It seeps into your learning and creates these really destructive habits. First, it breeds perfectionism. It whispers in your ear, wait until you're perfect before you speak. And of course, that day never comes, so you just don't speak. Then, that perfectionism turns into avoidance. You start dodging conversations. And before you know it, you're just a passive learner. You watch movies, you read books, you consume, but you never actually produce the language yourself. It's a terrible, vicious cycle, and it keeps you completely trapped.
But, and this is a big but, the good news is that once you can see the problem, you can finally solve it. The path forward from here is all about making one crucial shift in your focus. It's about finally letting go of that impossible goal of perfection, and instead aiming for the much more powerful and achievable goal of communication.
Listen, if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. You will never become fluent by just studying alone in a room. It's just not how it works. Fluency is forged in the fire of real-world interaction. It's built in the messy back and forth of actual conversations, asking questions, trying to understand, and trying to be understood, mistakes and all.
So, what can you do? Right now. Here's your action plan starting today. Step 1. Reframe your goal. Your mission is not to be perfect. Your mission is simply to communicate. That's it. Step 2. Embrace the mess. I mean it. Start seeing your mistakes not as failures, but as proof that you're in the game, that you're actually trying. And number 3, and this is the big one, speak. every single day. I don't care if it's just for 5 minutes. Make speaking English a non-negotiable habit, just like brushing your teeth.
And I want you to remember this, that imperfect, sometimes clumsy, messy English that you speak today, that's the raw material. That's what builds the fluent, confident English you're going to speak tomorrow. You absolutely cannot have the second one without going through the first.
So from this moment on, I want you to change the question you ask yourself. You need to stop asking, was that correct? And start asking a totally different question. Did they understand me? Did I communicate? If the other person got your meaning, your idea, maybe even a little bit of your personality, then you won. You succeeded. That is the only victory that truly matters here.
So, I'll leave you with this to think about. We've talked a lot about the fear of mistakes, but I want you to ask yourself, what is the single biggest barrier in your journey? Really think about it, because just identifying it, just putting a name to it, that is the first and, honestly, the most powerful step you can take to finally break through that plateau.